off, don't forget the date. And while you're writing that, there's a couple things. There's a USA Test Prep homework assignment. And it's due Thursday. So tomorrow you have the day off, so you have all day to work on it if you want to. So the USA Test Prep is due Thursday, and then we've got a test on Friday. Okay, those two things. Question? Yeah, so you write the date, and then you put absent. Yesterday was the 11/9. Okay, raise your hand if you want to answer number 1. What is speed and how do you solve for it? Scarlett.
Speed is the measure of the rate at which an object moves along a path, and to solve it is distance over time.
And what does that over mean? Like what is over?
Divided.
Very good. Okay. Now I have the scientific definition, but if you already wrote how fast something is going, that's fine as well. But I've got the scientific definition of what she just said. And the formula, distance divided by time. And what about number 2? This is throwing it back first 9 weeks. Which group on the periodic table is the most reactive? Ainsley?
Group 18. Group 1.
Group 1. 18 is the least reactive. Group 1, the alkali metals, is the most. So group 1 is the very most reactive, and then reactivity decreases as you move to the right of the table. So 18 is the least, except group 17 is an exception. Okay, you can put that away when you're done writing that. We're going to do an online simulation up here on the screen, which requires a volunteer if, well good, there are volunteers. We'll say if nobody raises their hand then. Alright, who wants to, Parker, you want to start us off? Alright, you done, Ellie Gray? Ready? Come on up, Parker. My internet? Okay, good. It's been a little weird today. You got it? Yeah. Alright. Oh, I need to clear it from last period. Alright, it's been a little wonky touching the dude. If you want to use the mouse, it might be a lot easier. So what he's going to do is he's going to move this man, the moving man, back and forth, however you want to, fast, slow, whatever. And it's going to graph his motion. And so this graph, you have time on the X, and you have position. Position is distance on the Y. So go ahead and start moving him, and you guys will see what the graph will do. And he can just go left and right. Can you show him going a little bit more like that, like a constant speed? Oh, I like that. That's good. And then can you show him just chilling at one spot, maybe? Okay, awesome. Now you can do whatever. Going to the house, going to the apple tree. We can pretend it's an apple tree. Picking some apples, maybe. Going back. All right, thank you, Parker. I'm going to pause the journey. You may have a seat. So it just recorded everything he just did. So I'm going to hit playback. So when I hit playback, it's going to go back from the beginning, his starting point. Now, you can start wherever you want to, but we started the dude here at 0. And then it's going to graph his motion. So take a look at the graph and as he's moving. So he's going pretty fast back and forth, right? You notice how steep those lines are? The steeper, the faster. And look, he's more slowing down, constant, and then he's still. That flat horizontal line. And he's going quick. That's very steep lines there. Now he's chilling. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the up and down, the up and down. The up is going away from the start, and the down is going back, back to start. And the slower, right? This was slower, it's not as steep. When he was going really fast, those were those steep lines. Like think about a roller coaster. The steeper the line, the scarier and faster that roller coaster is, and the less steep is not so scary and it goes slower. And you have mostly straight lines here. There's some curving. Do you remember what the curving means in a distance graph? Do you remember what curving means? Like what happens if it's not straight and it starts to curve up? Speeding. Right, accelerating, speeding up. All right, one other person want to come up and try and do this? Allie Gray? Yeah. Now, where do you want to start? Do you want to start in the middle or do you want to start somewhere else?
I start at -4.
-4. Okay. Put it right here. All right, the mouse is easier instead of touching. Yep, so just use the mouse, touch, and drag him however you want on this journey. So she started somewhere different. So going away from start went up, and going back to the start went down. That's what that means on the distance time graph. Yeah, everybody all day has been saying it looks like the monitor, like the heart monitor. Yeah, here's the points. That's kind of like, yeah.
That's so cool.
All right, thank you, Miss Allie Gray. Looks great. Now, her dude's motion was a little bit slower, but I like it because you can actually see the different points of the graph. Let's play it back and look. Away from start, and then going down, it's back to start. Away from start, up, back to start, down. Let me get my candy bowl out while that dude's finishing his journey.
Go to an apple tree.
Wait, so we can do stuff for candy? Next is a candy.
Oh, I'm gonna participate.
All right, dude's done with his journey. Stay put. Okay, next. Next, we're going to do a little review, and it's all going to be distance time graphs. All distance time, and whenever you're looking at a graph, the first thing you need to look at is the y-axis, because x will always be time. Focus on the y, and you have distance. So they're all distance today. So raise your hand for a piece of candy. Tell me what this line means. What this line means on the distance time graph. Presley.
That over a long period of time, that I didn't do.
Correct. Get a piece. Yeah, there's no motion. It's at rest. That could be being a stoplight, or that could be at school all day. Good. Okay, raise your hand. Tell me what this line means. Crazy.
They're moving away from the start.
Yes, and I forgot to say there's two parts to this. Get a piece of candy for that one. Away from the start, and there's something else this tells us. Braxton.
Accelerator.
Haley. Oliver. Constant speed. It's straight. Get a piece if you want one, Oliver. It's straight. Okay, straight diagonal. That's a constant speed. Away from the start. Very good. All right, fill in the blank. steeper the line equals what? Steeper the line means Destiny. Very good. Higher speed or faster. Good job. Okay, what is this? It means two things. Let me give you one or both. Jackson.
It's going back to start, and it's at a constant speed.
Very good. Grab a piece, handy. It's going back to the start, and it's a straight diagonal, so it's a constant speed. Good job. What does this one mean? Hunter.
Constant and then acceleration from start.
Very good. Away from the start, and it's accelerating positively means it's speeding up. Great job. All right, these two graphs have something in common, and they also have something that's different. However, position and distance mean the same thing. That's not the difference, okay? So their y-axis is the same. They have something in common, and they also have a difference, and you can tell me either one. All right, Scarlett, what do you think?
First one, they're speeding up and going away from the start, and the second one, they're slowing down and coming back to start.
Okay, the difference between the two is that this one is going away from the start, and this one is going back to the start. So you get a piece of candy for that. However, they have something in common. So who can tell me what they both have in common? So this one's definitely going away from start, you can get one, and that's definitely going back, but they do have something in common. Allie Gray.
It's both an acceleration, but the second one is a deceleration? Or the negative
They
acceleration?
both have something in common. So they both are, what is this one doing? It's curving.
They both have a curve, but it's curving.
What is this one doing? It's curving what?
It's curving up, it's curving down.
No, the other one was curving up.
I mean, it's curving down.
It looks a little weird, but
It's
yeah.
slowing down, so it's gonna slow you down?
So they both are,
Slowing down.
they're both slowing down, yes. It doesn't look like that very well, but yes, it's
Oh,
starting
'cause
to
you
slow
can tell
down.
It's gonna come, yeah.
Yeah, you can get one. So they're both decelerating, they're both slowing down, but the difference that Scarlett said is you're leaving start and this one's going back to start. I've got two more. What does this one mean? Do y'all know where the line's at? Oliver?
Are you standing still?
And what else about it? What happened? Where is this person or car or whatever?
Start.
At the start, very good. So never left the start. You can get one if you want it. Never left the start, you're at zero distance. All right, last one. There's three parts to this one. Here, here, and here. Anybody want to go for it? There's three parts to it. Braxton?
Okay, so they started off going, and then they stopped, and then they came back.
Good, good. This line and that line, are these showing acceleration or constant speeds?
Constant speeds.
Very good. All right, you can grab one. Now this one is steeper. That's a faster constant speed. That's a slower constant speed. Any questions? Any questions? All right, so you guys have a stations activity to do. There are 8 stations. 8 total stations. There's one station in the hallway, and there's one over here. The one over here has a piece of tape on the floor. It says start, so you'll use this area for this station. And there's one in the hallway, and the rest are scattered. You're going to get an answer document, and all the stations are labeled. So make sure whichever one you're at, you match it up to the answer document here. Now, my gifted students, U5, your document is a little bit different. I crossed out 2 of them, and you have 2 different stations labeled gifted, gifted. So I crossed out 2 here, and you have 2 replacement here. Okay, so you have 2 different ones. All right, so I'm gonna get you your answer document, and you guys can rotate at your own pace. So you can work with whomever. There's no timer, so you can go to the next one in any order that you want to. There are a couple things I want to remind you with. Is the first thing is to please keep the stations neat. So when you leave the station, put the papers back. And there's 2 stations that require a Chromebook or your phone. Okay? Chromebook and phone for 2 of those stations are actually back there to watch it and to research it. And there's headphones back there as well. So at your own pace, work with whom you want to, and go to any order you want to. Okay, so get your document and then you can get started. You want to help pass out? You take those, and then I've got these for my gifted.
Even though I'm not gifted, and I'm kind of like them, like you gifted already. Can I do that gifted or not?
That's fine if you want to, sure. Just look, you have to look and see which ones I crossed out for them. Okay, I just keep it in order. So the 2 that I crossed out for y'all, and you can pick, when you come over here, it'll tell you which one. Alright, so if you got your paper, y'all can get up, move, start wherever you want to. And there's 1 station in the hallway. There's 1 station in the hallway. Oh, those recommendations are just a suggestion. You don't have to wait. Same thing. You copy. Just use the back here. So this one is the graph paper. To write down. So it does the graph paper. Oh, this is the organization. They're all different stations, different things to do. So you're here. Alright, this is the same set. There's just duplicates. You can use the orange set or the gray set, or you can each do it separately. That's fine. So take the cards out of the bag, place them on the table. You're matching the scenarios with the correct graph. So you'll notice you have graphs, and then you have scenarios. You're just going to match them up. And then on your paper, you just write the letters that go together. So like if these 2 go together, you just put like EC. Okay. And then when y'all are done, just mix it back up before you leave. Miss Quirk. Yes. I need your attention. Yes, sirree. Okay, so this one is look at the blackboard not going line. Is it not moving? Right.
Actually, yeah.
Wait, this is the right spot. So you're here. That's correct. So you have to put your hands right here. This is the right. We're leaving way. Yeah.
Is this like a right to walk? Stop.
So you put it, that is, yes. Okay. You hit 30. So, yeah. Well, finish that one, but you're just so tiny, you turn them on. It's okay, we can stop it. Why would I make it so big? The graph's so tiny.
I accidentally made this so big. Is the graph
Well, it's okay. That's fine. You can make it however you want. You're only doing one round. One moment.
How would you find something's maximum speed? Okay, so right here, that means it's going to do it maximum speed. 100 meters in 3 seconds. Okay.
Yes, draw like an L. Like this. Distance is time. And then you can label by 20. 20 all the way down. This one is seconds. And then your y-axis is meters. You got by 20, 100 or both.
I'm not doing this right, like, it's all like one off. Is that what you said?
No, this is nothing. Assess it is out in the hall. There's read it.
Go to, I got to look at what I'm doing.
Yes, that looks good.
The one going, when he's going,
That would be
60 meters in 3 seconds. I know that like it would end like.
So you wanna go up 60 more, so that's 40. If you go up 60 more, would that be 100? Yes, so your line one goes up to 100.
I'll do it.
And then, perfect, so yeah, that's good.
1999.
Yeah, let's go.
Right here.
That over here? Let's go read it.
I was not gonna read.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's right. Let's go right.
Because it's fifth first.
Oh, I definitely cleaned up.
So, 10 miles an hour.
That's what I look
I'm
like.
gonna reread it today.
Whoa.
You want me to read the story?
How is it all the way up there?
We have not done that.
Yes, we're gonna go do it first.
Yes. Let's go.
You don't have to do that.
Mine.
You can just answer these.
This is just a suggestion.
That's fine.
Miss Blair?
had them in from last night. And that was in
Okay, yeah, so, after you plot out, it says, letters mean
Wait, did we
extend
just
the
say
data,
C,
predict what
D?
the cycle happened. Like, is there a trend happening? Connect the dots, connect your dots up the line, and see if the string is curving. What's happening? Yeah. The graph, what's it doing?
It looks like it's curving.
So basically, you're just kind of predicting. So if the data, that continues on, everything starts happening on chain. You can just write it here under that.
Well, I think it's yeah.
But what?
Where's colors going?
Chlorine will go faster. It's faster.
Like that?
Oh, then you'll use
We're going with it. It's going to target.
Oh, wait,
It's being separate.
then you can try that, or if you can get it in faster.
She wanna go.
That should be her first.
For Starbucks. But she has to meet someone there. She's gonna be.
Are you sure?
I know.
Should we trust him?
To get what? Oh, yeah. Let's do.
Alright, good job, girls.